Hi everyone, today we are continuing our New Year's series with a really lovely moderate flow. Now, you can add this on to a more active flow afterwards, or if you're looking for a gentler option, you can check out the description box because I've got a really wonderful seated flow there that you can use to warm up with. Now let's get started with some Ujjayi breathing. For this breath, we're gonna start in a comfortable seated position. Today, I'm sitting in a hero's pose, but if you're more comfortable in a cross-legged position or with a block up under your hips, feel free to do that. Once you've found your comfortable seat, we're gonna sit up tall, shoulders down away from the ears, long spine, lift through the chest. You can tuck your chin slightly. We're gonna inhale through the nose, constrict the back of the throat, and exhale through the nose with an audible sound here. So if you're new to this breath and you're having trouble figuring out this throat motion, we can practice it with the mouth open first. So we're gonna inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth, almost like you're trying to fog up a mirror. So you can use your hand here, go, feel that breath on your hand. Inhale through the nose, exhale through your open mouth. Inhale through the nose. And you can exhale through the open mouth. Now we're gonna move on to doing this with our mouth closed again. So we're gonna try to create the same noise that you've just created by constricting the back of the throat just slightly. So inhale. Think about fogging up that mirror. Inhale. Exhale, fog the mirror. Contract your belly button towards the spine. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Bring your belly button towards the spine. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now that we've got this breath, we're gonna move on to our sequence, but we want to engage this breath throughout the entire flow today. It's gonna help us sustain the movement. It's going to help you to move through the whole sequence with a lot of ease, and it's all around gonna make you feel really nice. Real good. Go Ujjayi breathing. Now that we've found our breath, let's move into our sequence. So we're gonna start today in tabletop position. So wrists directly under shoulder, knees directly under your hips. We're gonna root down through our fingertips, spread wide through our fingertips, press up, creating space between our shoulder blades, and then inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck your tailbone, look towards your belly button, really pushing into your hands to lift away from the floor. Inhale, round, look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round through the back, find your belly button. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round. We'll do 1 more round here. Inhaling to look up. And then exhaling to come back to a neutral spine. So we've moved our spine in one direction. We're going to continue to move it in the other directions. So from here, inhaling to center yourself, pushing into your fingers. And then exhaling, looking over your left shoulder and cocking your left hip out, creating a C with your spine, trying to see your hip behind you. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, looking over right shoulder, finding that hip behind you, creating a C with your spine. Coming back to center, we'll do 1 more on each side. Looking over left shoulder. Remember to breathe, engage your Ujjayi breath. And then looking over right shoulder. Coming back to center, we're going to start to roll through the spine. You might need to adjust your hands and your knees here just slightly, but we're going to create a fluid movement. This might take you a second to feel comfortable with, but that's okay. We're going to roll through our full midsection. You can engage your shoulders, engage your head, and basically just do whatever feels really comfortable. If you have some music on, you can move to the beat, and then go in the other direction, rolling through the hips, rolling through the shoulders, and rolling through your head. We're going to do 1 more full roll, And then come back to center, and we'll start to work into our core here. Start by lifting up our right leg behind us, pointing through the foot, lifting the leg, engaging through the leg, and then inhaling through the opposite arm here. So left arm is up, fingertips are spread, creating a long line all the way from your fingertips through to your toes. Now here you want to turn your core on, so make sure to tuck in your tailbone, lift up, and balance. And then exhale, come down. We're going to repeat on the other side. So lifting through our left leg this time, really engaging through your entire leg. The more engaged your leg is, the lighter it will feel. Pointing through the toe, and then inhaling up through the right arm, stretching through those fingertips, creating a long line all the way from fingertips to toes. Breathe, engage your Ujjayi breath. And release. Nice work. We're going to add on some additional movement here. So now lifting up through right leg, left arm. Inhale to lift everything a little bit higher, and then exhale to round through the spine, crunch in, bringing your knee towards your elbow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round in. It's a gentle core exercise here. You should start to feel a little bit of heat. Nothing too intense. Inhale up, round. We'll do one more. Inhale, crunch in, and then release. Moving to the other side. Making sure to always find your first pose. The setup is super key here. So lift through that arm, lift through your leg, making sure you're pushing through your left arm, that shoulder is raised, and crunch. Inhale up and round in. Inhale up, round in. Two more. And round. And one more. And round in. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Now we're going to move our hips back just slightly here. Move our knees back. We have a little bit more space, and we're going to start to really move through the hips, bringing them all the way back to the heels, moving them around, and then coming all the way forward, letting those hips hang down. A gentle opener here. Moving all the way back, forward, and around. And try to accentuate this movement as much as possible. Don't be shy. Get those hips moving. And then we're going to move in the other direction. And just as if you were doing a seated hip roll, you can concentrate on areas that might feel a little bit tighter than usual. Remember that in a yoga practice, you can adjust to do whatever feels best for you. So if one direction feels a lot better, concentrate on that direction. If it doesn't feel as good to move deep into this pose, make the rotations a little bit gentler. We'll do one more full rotation. And then coming back to neutral, you can keep your knees and your hips where they are. We're going to tuck our toes under, plant our fingers, spread our fingertips, really root down through all of your palm, and then lift back and up into your first downward dog. Here you want to create space between the shoulders. So try not to collapse here. You want to create a lot of room, broaden through the back, externally rotate your shoulders, and then we're going to walk it out. So bend one knee and then the other. Really trying to warm everything up here. If you've been sitting or traveling like I have been, you might feel tighter than you usually do. And don't worry about that. Some days you might have your heels all the way to the floor. Some days you might be right up here. So if you need to, bend your knees to create a long line all the way from your fingertips to your hips. Now to warm up our calves a little bit more, we're going to come up onto our toes, lifting up as high as you can on your inhale. And then on your exhale, intend your heels towards the ground and try to lift your toes up. And you should feel a great stretch through your calves. Inhale up onto your toes. Exhale, lift your toes. Inhale up. Exhale your heels towards the ground. Lift those toes. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Step right foot forward. Step left foot forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Hands on your shins, flat back. Exhale, round. Inhale, we're going to roll really slowly all the way up. So keep your knees bent. Roll, 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 one vertebrae at a time. And when we reach the top, you can come to the head of your mat. You're going to roll your shoulders down away from your ears. You know what? Just shake it out a little bit. This always feels really good after you've finished your initial warm-up to just kind of shake it out, see if there's anywhere where you're feeling really stiff. From here, let's bring our big toes together, heels slightly apart, firm up through the legs, firm through the hips, tuck your tailbone slightly, roll your shoulders down away from your ears. We're just going to warm up the shoulders a little bit more here. So inhale them up to your ears, exhale them, release. Inhale all the way up to your ears, exhale, big audible exhale through your mouth, go one more time, inhale up, exhale, and we're going to just start to roll the shoulders here, gentle shoulder rolls. Just warming everything up. And we're going to start to do a little bit of a twist. This one is really great to stimulate your internal organs and kind of just let your body be a little bit heavy. So don't engage through your arms. You're going to let them be completely loose. And we're just going to start to twist, allowing your arms to just hit the sides of your bodies. We'll do one more time on each side. And then come back to center, shake your arms out a little bit. We're going to step our feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. We're going to start to do breath of joy. This is one of my favorite breaths, especially for a warm-up, and especially when you're moving into a more active sequence. So with your legs spread, we're going to inhale the arms up, inhale the arms out, inhale the arms all the way up, and then a big exhale through the mouth, come all the way down. Now, looks like you're conducting. That's okay. We're going to do this faster. We're going to do it a few times through. You really want to do it multiple times to build some heat. So inhale up, out, up, out. Two more times. Last one. Let your body hang heavy. Straighten your legs, bring your big toes together, heels slightly apart, roll all the way back up to standing. Again, you can shake it out a little bit, and now we're really going to start to flow. So come to the head of your mat, big toes together, heels slightly apart, inhale, arms up over your head, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Just step your right foot back this time. We're going to drop that knee to the floor. If you have blocks available, you can grab your blocks here, come up onto your blocks, lengthen through your spine, and start to just bend into that front hip. Now we're going to start to flow. So we're going to inhale to come forward. Exhale, straighten that front leg, lift the toes up, come back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, come back, lifting those toes up. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, flow back. One more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, all the way back. We're going to move our blocks out of the way, plant our hands, bring our foot back, come into a high plank, pushing through your fingertips, lifting and creating space between your shoulder blades. Long line from your shoulders all the way down to your heels. Your toes should be directly under your heels. So if you find your heels are way back or they're way forward, just try to stack them right on top. And we're going to lower all the way down to the mat here. Bring our hands wide away from our body. We're going to flow in a Cobra Pose here. So big toes together, rooted into the mat, legs engaged, kneecaps off the ground. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. We're going to push ourselves up into a table. and then all the way back into downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet here a few times. And then let's bring our left foot all the way forward, up beside our hands. If you can't get it there, if it lands here, just help it up. Just be gentle with yourself. We're going to grab our blocks one more time. Sink into that front knee. And then exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back 2 more times. Engaging your Ujjayi breath. Last one, we're going to come all the way forward. Move your blocks out of the way. Plant your hands. Step all the way back into your plank pose. Lower all the way down. This time we're going to keep our hands planted directly under our shoulders. Big toes together, legs engaged, kneecaps lifted off the ground. Inhale, come up, look over your right shoulder and come down. Inhale, look over left shoulder and come down. One more time over each shoulder, up and down, up and down. And then we're going to walk our shoulders up. So you're going to roll right shoulder, left, right, left. Tuck your toes, downward dog. We're going to step our left foot forward, our right foot forward, actually. Our left foot forward. Come into a halfway lift, flat spine. Fold forward. You can keep your knees bent here. And then inhale, lift all the way back up to standing. We're going to move through one more sun salutation here. Exhale, fold forward. Bending your knees as soon as you feel any resistance in your back. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back into a high plank. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale, all the way forward. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Exhale, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Step one foot forward. Step your other foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step all the way back. We're going to lower all the way back down onto the ground. And here we're actually just going to flip ourselves over and get ready to come into our relaxation. We're going to do a few gentle leg stretches before coming into our relaxation. So bring right knee into your chest. You're going to bring it out to the side just slightly and then pull it in towards your shoulder, making sure that you're avoiding your rib cage. One more breath. And release. Bring opposite leg up. Interlacing your hands around your shin, bringing your knee out to the side slightly, avoiding your rib cage, and then pulling in towards your shoulders. Making sure both shoulders are staying rooted to the mat. Chin is slightly tucked. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring both legs down. You can separate your legs here so heels come to the outside edges of your mat. Bring your hands to palms face up. You're going to roll one shoulder blade under and then the other. On an inhale, scrunch through your toes. Hold the breath. Exhale, release them. Inhale, scrunch through your fingers. Make little fists. Hold the breath. And then exhale, release. And for our last one, we're going to inhale, hold the breath, scrunch through your face, scrunch it all up. And then exhale, release. And you can stay here in your relaxation for as long as you'd like. Make sure to spend at least 2 to 5 minutes here. And when you're ready to come out, you're going to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Reach your hands up over your head in a big morning stretch. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself the biggest hug you've had today so far. And then just roll yourself up. Once you make it back to a seated position, we're going to place our hands on our knees. We're going to sit up tall, lift our chest, roll shoulders down away from the ears, tuck your chin slightly, bring your hands to your heart. And this is such a wonderful way to close, even if you're just by yourself, to say thank you to your body, thank you for your health. We're going to inhale and say namaste. Ding. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. If you are looking for a more active sequence to add on to the end of this one, be sure to check out the description box because I've got lots of great options there. And don't forget to subscribe because I'll be sharing brand new videos every single week. I can't wait to see you again, and thank you so much for sharing your mat today with me.